Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Charlene and this is my cozy little YouTube channel where I talk mainly about books, but also about travel and all things cozy. And today I'm very excited because I am going to be doing an unboxing of a book haul that my husband did for me. So, these boxes are heavy. I have no idea what's inside them. So let's get unpacking. So no one in the world knows me better than my husband, and I suggested that I give him some money and he do me a little book haul. Not that I needed to do one at all because I have so much on my TBR shelf already, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. So I gave him some money. I gave him £50, but I suspect that he's put in a little bit of money himself there because there is a lot here to unbox. And I just said, get me whatever you think that I would like, just do me a book haul. And now here we are. So I'm very, very excited to unbox my little book haul. So in case you don't know me or you haven't seen any of my other videos, my favourite kind of books, I mean, I like loads of different types of books, but really my favourite genres are like crime books, thriller books, anything to do with slashers. I love a slasher, a 90s slasher. I like fantasy books. I like anything that's got a bit of a kind of creepy edge to it. So I'm really, really excited to see what he's bought for me. So shall I just get started? I'm going to start with this little box at the top. It's clearly from Amazon. So let's have a look. Okay. I'm stupidly excited. This feels like Christmas. Oh, what we got here? Oh, okay, so it says winner of the 2024 Nobel Prize in Literature, Han Kang, and it says human acts. And I also noticed that there's some Korean writing at the bottom there, which I'm very excited about because I actually am learning to speak Korean. And I have been for about a year or so, so I'm very excited to dig in and see what this is all about. Let me read the blurb. Right. So it says, from the author of The Vegetarian, winner of the Man Booker International Prize, Gwangju, South Korea, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, 1980. In the wake of a viciously suppressed student uprising, a boy searches for his friend's corpse, a consciousness searches for its abandoned body, and a brutalized country searches for a voice. This is a riveting and poetic examination of humanity at its most appalling and its most hopeful. Ooh, that sounds up my street in so many ways. So well done, Adam, off to a good start already. And it says here, translated from the Korean and introduced by Deborah Smith. So that's amazing. I love a translated book. It also looks like quite a short read, which I'm excited about because I've got a lot of big old chunky books on my TBR shelf. So let's see how many pages. 224. So Human Acts. I'm looking forward to reading this one. We're off to a good start, so I'm going to get into my second unboxing. And if you notice a mark on my head, I was just trying to swat away a fly and I hit myself in the head with a book. So that's what's happened there. So second book. Satisfying. Let's have a look here. Yes! Okay, so one of the other books that he's got me here I've been wanting to read, and it's called The Maidens. So this is from, oh gosh, how do I pronounce it? Alex Michaelides. That's completely wrong, I'm sure. But The Maidens, I've been really wanting to read this. Right now I'm reading The Secret History, and I know that this is meant to be fairly similar to that. So I really want to get more into kind of dark academia books. So I'm very excited about this one. This has genuinely been on my list anyway. So let me read you the blurb. You are invited to join the Maidens. The Maidens are a Cambridge University's most exclusive society whose members are selected by the charismatic professor of Greek tragedy, Edward Fosker, a secretive set of the brightest, most captivating students. When one of the Maidens is murdered, grieving young therapist Mariana Andros is drawn back to the idyllic campus where she was once herself a student. The group from which each victim will be chosen. because beneath the university's ancient traditions and beauty is a web of secrets, jealousy and lies. And when the killer threatens the person she loves the most, Mariana will give anything to stop them, even her own life. That sounds absolutely amazing. Like, really, honestly, there could be nothing more up my street than that. And I've seen loads of reviews about it. I've seen lots of people talking about it, and I'm mega excited that he got me this one and that this is going to be on my TBR shelf. Okay, the next package. We're off to a really, really good start, so I'm excited to see what's in this one. It's a long, really, really long box. I'm not sure why that is. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Oh! I don't think I was meant to open that box. This is my advent calendar. Thank you. Moving on into what hopefully is more books and not some advent calendars or my secret Christmas present, but let's crack on. This one is a big old box. It's heavy. It's got a lot in it, I think, so let me have a look. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, it looks like there's loads in here. Okay, I'm so excited. Let's get started. Right, I don't know how many is in here, so we're just gonna have to see together. Later, the new novel from Stephen King. Only the Dead Have No Secrets, the #1 best-selling author. Obviously, I know Stephen King and I'm very familiar with his work, but I've never even heard of this book. Sorry if that makes me, not a good book reader. I've read 3 Stephen King books this year, and it was the first time I've ever read a Stephen King book. I've read Holly, Billy Summers and Misery. So this is going to be my 4th Stephen King book. Let me read you the blurb. So it says, sometimes growing up means facing your demons. The son of a struggling mother, Jamie Conklin just wants an ordinary childhood. But Jamie is no ordinary child. Born with an unnatural ability his mum urges him to keep secret, Jamie can see what no one else can see and learn what no one else can learn. But the cost of using this ability is higher than Jamie can imagine, as he discovers when an NYPD detective draws him into the pursuit of a killer who has threatened to strike from beyond the grave. Later is Stephen King at his finest, a terrifying and touching story of innocence lost and the trials that test our sense of right and wrong. With echoes of King's classic novel It, Later is a powerful, haunting, unforgettable exploration of what it takes to stand up to evil in all the faces it wears. That sounds extremely fascinating. I'm not sure what's happening here. My camera seems to have gone a little bit dark for some reason, so I'm sorry if that's what's happening, but I didn't really get to say much about this because I noticed that it had gone dark. So yes, I'm very excited to read this book. It also looks like quite a smaller book for Stephen King, because usually his books are really long. So this is 264 pages and I'm very much excited about reading this. So it turns out my camera was overheating there, so sorry if anything weird happened or it looks really strange. I don't know what that will look like, but anyway, I've given it 5 minutes to cool down, so let's crack on with the book unboxing. Let's see what else he's got for me. Whoa, oh my gosh, this cover looks beautiful. The Book of Witching. Whoa, okay. First of all, by CJ Cook. First of all, this looks absolutely stunning. And also, I love anything to do with witches, so that sounds already so far up my street. Praise CJ Cook. Where's the thing? Ah, here. Glasgow 2024. Ooh. Clem waits by her daughter's hospital bed. Erin was found on an idyllic beach in Finhallow Bay, Orkney, with catastrophic burns and only one memory. Her name is Nix. But how does she get these burns, and how did her boyfriend end up burned alive? And this is Orkney 1594. Accused of witchcraft, Alison Balfour awaits trial, the punishment to be burned alive. Separated by 400 years but bound by the Book of Witching, 2 women stand imperiled. Can they unlock a centuries-old mystery, and will Finhallow Bay give up its secrets before someone else dies? Oh my goodness, that sounds so interesting and so far up my street. I literally, he knows this, obviously it's why he's bought it for me, but I love anything and everything to do with witches. I'm banging on about it all the time, so I literally cannot wait to get into this beautiful book. Thank you. This is the best thing ever, by the way. Like, I absolutely love this. He's just like, I'm like, here, have some money and surprise me. And he's definitely put some of his own money into this because I only gave him £50 and there's absolutely loads here. So I'm absolutely loving this. It's really interesting to see what someone who knows you so well buys for you. So I'm loving it. Okay, so next one. Gosh, there's absolutely loads in here. What we got here? Oh, Babel. Babel, is that how you pronounce it? I've heard loads about this and I've seen this loads of times, and I've kind of thought to myself, I really want to get that, but I don't know enough about it. So I'm so happy he's got it for me. R.F. Kuang, I believe that's how you pronounce it, but I could be wrong. It says Book of the Year fiction winner. Oh my gosh, amazing. Oxford, 1836, the city of dreaming spires. It is the centre of all knowledge and progress in the world, and at its heart is Babel, Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation. Might I be pronouncing it wrong? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to stick with Babel for now. The tower from which all the power of the empire flows. Orphaned in the canton and brought to England by a mysterious guardian, Robin Swift thought Babel a paradise until it became a prison. But can a student stand against an empire? Wow. Oh my gosh. The writing in this is tiny and it's really long. Wow, wow, wow. 544 pages. That sounds amazing. Also, I absolutely love that it's set in Oxford, because I absolutely love Oxford. I love going to Oxford and like looking around like the campuses and the colleges and universities and everything. It's just such a place where you go and visit and you feel like smarter for being there. So I'm super interested. That sounds so interesting. Oh my gosh, another really good book. Next book seems to be going on for ages. 1984 by George Orwell. Okay, first of all, this is one of Adam's favourite books of all time and I've never read it. Secondly, the cover looks amazing, iconic. Okay, so I already obviously have heard a lot about this book and I know a little bit about it, but I'm going to read the blurb anyway. This sounds so far up my street, by the way, because I'm very much like a person who's always thinking about like conspiracies and the government and what's really going on in the world and things like that. So, okay, the year is 1984 and war and revolution have left the world unrecognisable. Great Britain, now known as Airstrip 1, is ruled by the party led by Big Brother. Mass surveillance is everything and the thought police are employed to ensure that no individual thinking is allowed. Winston Smith works at the Ministry of Truth, carefully rewriting history, but he dreams of freedom and of rebellion. It is here that he meets and falls in love with Julia. They start a secret, forbidden affair, but nothing can be kept secret, and they are forced to face consequences more terrifying than either of them could have ever imagined. Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, that's a lot more than I thought it was about. That sounds so interesting. It's 372 pages, and I just can't wait to read something that's so like iconic and that so many people love and that my husband Adam loves. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, so next book. What's this? Graveyard Shift, M.L. Rio. Look at that cover. Look at that. That looks incredible. Some nice neon writing there. We've got some mushrooms and like a rat or something like that. That looks amazing. Okay. The best-selling author of international sensation, If We Were Villains, returns with a gripping mystery surrounding a group of misfits who meet in the local cemetery each night. Sounds great already. One dark October evening, they find a freshly dug grave where no grave should be. What secrets are lurking in the dark? They have until dawn to find out. Whoa, that sounds so amazing. I know I'm saying about everything, but it sounds really up my street. I love a horror. I love like anything like creepy and weird. Let's see how many pages. Let's see. 123, amazing. I love having short books like this where I can kind of like bang them out in between much longer books. So I'm very, very, very excited to read this one. From what I can see, we've got 2 left to go, so here we go. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Okay, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. I don't want to get it wrong, but I have heard a lot about this book. He actually mentioned it to me the other day, the global bestseller. So, oh my gosh, okay. This feels incredible. I know that shouldn't matter, but it really does. Okay, so it says, are you listening? Kazu continued. When you return to the past, you must drink the entire cup before the coffee goes cold. I don't actually like coffee that much. Kazu opened her eyes wider and brought her face an inch or so from the tip of Fumiko's nose. This is one rule you have to absolutely obey, she said in a low voice. Whoa! Okay, that sounds amazing. I think it might be a Japanese book. Okay, that wasn't the blurb. There's a longer blurb here, so let me read this. In a small back alley in Tokyo, there is a cafe which has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. But this coffee shop offers its customers a unique experience, the chance to travel back in time. In Before the Coffee Gets Cold, we meet 4 visitors, each of whom is hoping to use the cafe's time-travelling offer in order to confront the man who left them, receive a letter from their husband whose memory has begun to fade, see their sister one last time, and meet the daughter they never got the chance to know. But the journey into the past does not come without risks. Customers must sit in a particular seat, they cannot leave the cafe, and finally, they must return to the present before the coffee gets cold. The author's beautiful, moving story explores the age-old question, what would you do if you could travel back in time? More importantly, who would you want to meet, maybe for one last time? Translated from Japanese. That sounds so beautiful and interesting. Like, what an amazing kind of idea for a story. And also I think it's going to be a thinker, something that you'll read and then, you know, it might kind of like emotionally connect with you. I'm very, very excited about this one, and the cover is beautiful as well. Sadly, but maybe okay for you, we're on our last book. So the last book is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. Please tell me this is, yeah, okay, this is the American Psycho, which I'm super excited about because I'm a horror girly and I really like American Psycho. And okay, let me read you the blurb. I'm sure you've all heard of American Psycho, but if you haven't. Patrick Bateman has it all. Good looks, youth, charm, a job on Wall Street, and reservations at every new restaurant in town. He is also a psychopath. A man addicted to his superficial perfect life, he pulls us into a dark underworld where the American dream becomes a nightmare. A million-copy bestseller and pop cultural phenomenon, American Psycho is one of the most notorious and influential novels of the 20th centuries. I am mega excited to read this. I also love the Ice Nine Kills song, which is based on American Psycho, and the video, and I'm very, very, very excited to read this. Oh my gosh, she's done such a good job. So, just to very quickly recap what I got in my little book haul, which I'm mega excited about. American Psycho, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Graveyard Shift, 1984, Babel, The Book of Witching, Later, The Maidens, and Human Acts. I am so incredibly excited to read every single one of those books. There is not a clanger in there. Everything in there I would have picked for myself. So Adam, you've done an absolutely incredible job. Thank you so, so much. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and watching me unbox my little book haul here. If you have enjoyed watching the video, please do give it a like. Also give me a comment down below. Have you read any of these books? Do you have any recommendations? I'd love to chat to you. And also I would love you forever if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!